This week's book recommendation here on the School for Writers podcast is Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows by Balli Kaur Jaswal. And this book, talk about tension and conflict. This book has it all. It has interpersonal tension. It has social justice tension. It has community tension. And it has romantic and sexual tension. It's a beautiful story about a woman who goes and starts teaching creative writing classes to Punjabi widows, and they want to talk sex. They want to write erotic novels. They want to write erotic stories. And she had all these preconceived notions about what these older widows would want to do and write in their creative writing classes. She thought she was just teaching them English and how to write in English. And instead, she's helping open up a whole world to them and seeing their world open up to her. And there's a lot of really amazing social justice aspects to it as well. It is a beautiful book. I loved reading it so much that I listened to it in audiobook as well. It's beautifully narrated. In fact, I would highly suggest it on audiobook if you're an audiobook person, because the narration is just so beautiful. And there's a lot of words in here that aren't in my native tongue, and it was great hearing somebody speak them in their native tongue and to tell the stories from the perspective of somebody who is a part of that community. So I loved Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows. I think that it gave me insight into a community I'm not a part of. It pulled at my emotions. It made me rethink how I think of older women and widows. And it really gave me an insight into the universality of love and lust. And I just loved it. If you want to grab yourself a copy of this, do so by using the bookshop.org link in our show notes and in our bios on social media. It allows you to support a local independent bookstore and support the School for Writers podcast. And if you're a huge audiobook fan, like I am, or you want to just give audiobooks a try, this is a great first audiobook to try. And you can grab a copy of it through the libro.fm link that we have in our show notes and in our bios on social media. Not only does that allow you to support a local independent bookstore as well, not using that giant name place that we don't even talk about on the podcast, support an independent bookstore instead, it also gets the link that we have to Libro.fm also gets you a free audiobook and us a free audiobook, so I can keep giving the book recommendations to you all. So go grab yourself a copy of Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows by Balli Kaur Jaswal, either using our bookshop.org link in the bio or the libro.org link in our bio as well. And all of that is down in your show notes. Have a wonderful time reading and enjoy this book. And if you loved it as much as I loved it, DM me on Instagram at Lauren Marie Fleming or at School for Writers. I want to know if you love this book as much as I did. Go off and happy reading.